I should have a red light on the front, don't you think?
Do you like how I use matching cuts?
Yeah.
Cat and cloud.
Cat and cloud. Hashtag cat and cloud.
CNC.
CNC. You know there's a machine called a CNC machine?
I guess it's got something to do with knife making.
Well, I mean, you could use it for knife making.
Speaking of, where did those things come from?
Where do what things come from? I ordered those.
Out of what money?
Out of my February money.
It's like the 3rd of February. When did you order them?
I ordered them on the 1st of February.
Oh my god. Well, how much was it?
Total?
Yeah.
Total, I've spent for my month $130, I think. $130.
Really? Already?
Oh, I did that the last month too.
Well, you spent 200 by the 5th on the last month.
So I'm already doing better than last month. It's the 5th today.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if we talked about this last time, but we set up a budget. I get $200 a month to spend. And I say I because Taz also has a budget, but it wasn't her that we...
Well, no, I haven't spent mine since November.
You spent yours.
Since November.
What do you mean?
I have December, January, and now February that I haven't spent.
December, January, and February?
This is my 3rd month that I haven't spent it.
But you spent your money this month, didn't you?
No.
I thought you bought a game drive.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. So I put mine towards our family's accommodation.
But I mean, who really wants to go to this place?
Me, but I'll happily go by myself.
Yeah. A game drive, which is where you drive around and look at animals. We're going to South Africa. We got cabin fever.
I wasn't like, I was kind of serious about putting that towards the game drive, but...
We don't need to put it. I mean, you held it over my head like you were putting it. Oh, I'm using our money for the family. I'm like, you use whatever your money. Like, you think I take that on board as like I should then use it? No. If that was your intention, you underestimated my level of selfishness. Look at what I'm doing. Good idea, Taz.
Yes.
You said it. You got to follow through with it. Anyway, the reason we set up a budget was because we wanted to try to save money, and apparently when we don't have a budget, we just keep spending money.
We meaning you?
Mainly me. But at the same time, we spent a bunch of money trying to get the house how Taz wanted it before this guy came here. So like we were thousands deep because she's like, let's paint everything, let's dig holes outside. You know what? Let's build a deck, and then let's build another fence. Let's get it all built up. And that's how Taz talks when she's pregnant. It's like progressively goes from what she normally is.
I was sitting in the hot tub the other day by myself, the first time ever. The first time I've been by myself, I think, this whole last 11 weeks.
What she didn't know is I peeked through the window and saw her, but
Did you really?
Yeah, she's crying.
But I was sitting there looking at like the stuff that we did and how like there's so much more to be done, but I was just sitting there being like, I don't care now. Why don't I care now? Whereas before, like there was this like sense of urgency that we had to get all this stuff done. But now I'm like looking at all the things that are unfinished, that have been unfinished since we've lived here, but I'm like, yeah.
Right.
So it must be pregnancy.
Like genuinely, the amount of stuff she pushed for me to get done during that time was crazy.
It was. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
And then like, cause for me, I wasn't pregnant. So looking at it, I'm like, but I did it. We did it.
You did.
I mean,
mainly you.
We're currently sitting in front of a fireplace that I put in.
But that has been really good.
It's been great, yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, briefly talked about it. We decided Taz got stir crazy and was like, I want to travel. And then we joked about South Africa because we really loved it there. And then instead of joking about South Africa, we just booked tickets to South Africa. So we're going to go back to South Africa for a solid chunk of time.
5 weeks.
5 weeks, yeah. Which is going to be really fun. So we're going to leave in 6 weeks, go to South Africa for 5 weeks, and just have a bunch of fun and see what it maybe would be like to live there for a little bit longer, just out of curiosity, and kind of go with a little bit of that, looking at things through that lens. What's the cost of living? What's the feel like? Like, could we really do it? And who knows if that could be a reality? which basically pushes us for this next 6 weeks. We decided to kind of double down all our efforts and everything that we're currently doing, which is everything. I mean, we have this new baby, we have the 2 boys, but we also have a big push with our business, warm up and workout. We want to do some rebranding and talking about, who we really are and what we want to do with our company, and who we want to help. So we've got some huge pushes there that we're going to make. We're also launching a new company, partnering with some big fitness brand. No, we're partnering with Brute, and we're going to do individualized program for people who fitness is supposed to supplement their life rather than be their entire life. And I think that is most people, and that's us, that's a lot of people. And the idea is we really do believe that the best thing that people can do for their fitness and health is to get into a CrossFit facility, preferably a warm-up and workout facility, because we know what happens in there. But if they can't find a good coach, if they can't get into a good facility, then we wanted to be able to help people who didn't have access to that. So we're going to do a little home gym thingy. Yay! So be on the lookout for that. But we're launching that company, so we're doubling down on all our efforts for that, as well as warm-up and workout. And it makes it really easy because this guy is a baby, and he never needs attention. And then the other 2, they don't need attention.
Especially the middle one.
The middle one. He definitely doesn't need attention. This is like that reverse psychology thing.
We're telling ourselves.
We're telling ourselves, we're tricking ourselves into giving more attention. Yeah, I mean, that is a thing we could talk about, is like, our second one just needs so much attention right now. And
yeah, I've heard like from friends that have had like the third, that the older one suffered the most because they weren't getting as much attention and they don't need as much attention. So, and I can see that happening too a little bit, because the third one...
You say suffered the most?
So, like, not suffered, but when the third one came along, they got less attention than they normally would, which wasn't very much anyway, because, Oaks is 6 now, and the friend I was talking to, their kid was 6 as well, and they are almost not self-sufficient, but they kind of just do more of their own thing, They required less attention from us, but it's kind of like a silent less attention. Like they still need it, but because they're not outwardly asking for it like a 3-year-old is, they kind of suffer because they're not getting as much of us as we are used to giving them.
I wonder if that's the case with Oaks, though. I think he gets all the attention he wants.
Yes, I agree with you, but I do agree with you. I think, but it's just something to keep an eye on. But what I was saying is, like, it's interesting, different families are different, because for us, it's not necessarily Oaks that's losing out. It's the middle one, because he requires so much more attention.
So much.
Than we kind of realized, I think, especially of late. And he will demand attention. And if he doesn't get the attention he demands, he acts out, which is fair enough, and he...
Kind of, yeah.
He's 3. It is. That's the only way he knows how to get the attention, is by behaving in a way that we're going to give him attention. And he gets it when he misbehaves or, does something he knows he shouldn't. And when you do get him attention, he's the sweetest, kindest, like, loveliest little kid.
Right.
So.
But when you don't.
When you don't, you're like, why?
Yeah, he's taken into screaming.
Isn't that for a while?
He says, okay. Like when you're trying to get him to do something, and you've told him 27 times, and you're like, listen, bro, come on, do it. Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you say okay the 4th time I asked you? We're on 7, and which is why I had to ask a little bit more aggressively, Arrow.
I think also the way he responds is a direct modeling situation from his brother.
Right. You mean like ignores everything and then gets frustrated when you're on when your voice finally raises?
Yeah, and acts out with aggression.
Right.
that,
Fair enough.
You know.
That came from Harry Potter.
God, really?
We won't go back there. Yeah, I see that. But I mean, all in all, I think we're just learning how to communicate with him more and better, and I think what it is it just weighs on our own brains, because we have to figure out ways to give him flat, mellow attention when he's not requesting it in that manner.
Right.
So we can't give back what he gives to us, because if we do, then it all sucks.
When he's 3 too, so like we're never gonna win.
Right.
Not that it's a fight, but
Yeah, but
it's like we're not gonna get the response we want, which is what you just kind of said.
Yeah.
And that's why when Oaks tries to deal with him that way, it doesn't work either.
No. I think that's He's got a dreadlock.
I know. That's what his little
Dreadlock, Rasta baby, in the little tiny mullet dreadlock. Hey, hey, dreadlock, Rasta baby. Am I allowed to sing that?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Speaking of people who maybe should or should not be allowed to sing things.
Oaks.
No.
Me.
Snow, the old artist who did that song Informer, who's a white guy from Toronto, just re-released the song with Daddy Yankee. It's fantastic. You have to hear it.
Why can't
Con Calma.
he released the same song?
Well, it was Informer.
Yeah.
But Daddy Yankee just re-released a song called Con Calma, which means
and
with
brought
calm,
him onto it.
and brought him on to sing a big verse. And yeah.
That's funny.
So white guy from Toronto is back and just jamming Rasta tunes, man. I'm fired up on it. It's a good song.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I think that's all we got for right now. I think that's our updates. Updates on lives. What about this guy? Is there anything that are you planning on putting Hi. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything you're are we going to put him in a bed soon?
Yeah, in a week.
In a week? He's already in a bed, but he's going to go into his own room.
Yeah, he's gonna go into his own bedroom.
We're gonna go into my own bedroom. Yeah.
Which might just require me to be awake more often, because I'll be going back and forth from our bedroom.
Taz is gonna be awake more often. Yeah. Feeding me the boobs more often. Yeah. Oh. I think that's good.
Okay.
Fireside chat.